And I think we're on. Yes, we are. What's going on, everybody?
Hello, hello.
I'm Brad. I'm the host of Coach Cruise. We have Josh here, as you can see, from Moonlight Adventures. And I requested Josh.
We have Josh here, as you can see.
Sorry, I got to turn
Adventures.
my YouTube off. That's my fault.
It's not just me.
I've screwed up twice today. I put the wrong link on earlier, and then now I left the YouTube on. So shouldn't have any more background noise. So sorry about that for everybody. But let's say hi to everybody. We have Bruce was first to check in from Ocean to Ocean Travel. He was on with us earlier live we had in regards to the celebration, and a couple correspondents, we'll call them, that are on the celebration right now. Exploring with Eric and Leah Overman are on the celebration, enjoying the inaugural sailing. We are all jealous of them. Z is here. What is going on, Z? Z show fun. Andrew from Funnelheads, he was also with us on our panel talking celebration, and that's been fun to talk about for anybody.
Brother from another mother.
Yeah. We got Tim, longtime supporter and friend. He's now Tim is somebody I've cruised with, and actually I cruised with Andrew one time, but we didn't really know each other at the time, so I didn't get the full sensation. We got Kurt from CME Traveling. Brad H is back for comedy. You gotta throw a couple jokes at us, Brad. He's our resident comedian on Coach Cruise. We have Cruising is Fun Anytime is here, and then we got the Ox, TNT's House of Music, Fine Wine, and Fantastic Foods. Tom Ox is here. Good to see you again, Tom. He checked in earlier with us on Carnival Celebration. So Josh, like I said, is helping me out because I have not, believe it or not, I've cruised on Carnival over 30 cruises, and for somehow the Carnival Magic has eluded me, and I've never been on the Carnival Magic, and I'll be cruising on the Carnival Magic next Saturday. And obviously I know a lot of cruise creator friends, and Josh is one of them. And I was going through YouTube, and I'm like, let me do a Carnival Magic tour. And who pops up? But the Moonlight Adventures, and giving a thorough tour of the Carnival Magic. So I wanted to ask Josh, and I shared this link on the Carnival Magic Facebook page for our cruise too, so other people could watch it. What things could you tell us about the Carnival Magic that we might really like, and your review of it and everything else like that?
There was a lot that we liked on this ship. This was the second largest ship we've cruised on in the Carnival family, and probably the most visually impressive. And you're going to see that when you walk in on day one and you walk into the atrium bar, the atrium area in the atrium bar. Miss Antoinette, I thought I saw her in the chat. She may not be there, but Miss Antoinette, she has always talked just so much about how much she loves the Carnival Magic. And this was our first sailing in June. And yeah, our intro into our videos for our live stream is us walking in, and it was my son's first cruise and my mother-in-law's first cruise. And when they saw the green, the emerald colors that were inside that atrium area, the way the elevators are set up, you could just see the expression. Their face said 100 words, right? And every time we walked by that atrium area, we would just have to kind of stop and look over, and it was really, really beautiful. It's somewhere between that 90s, late 90s, early 2000s kind of feel, which I really like.
Uh-huh.
I was sad to see the Ecstasy go with all the neon, so it's more up to date than that. But it is a beautiful ship. Deck 5 is where all the action happens, though. So deck 5 is the promenade deck, and on the promenade deck you have the Magic Atrium, which I just talked about. You also go into the Hat Trick Casino, and I love the way they have this casino set up. When you walk through the Hat Trick Casino, the way the lighting is, it has a feeling of Fremont Street in Vegas in a way, because they have this lighted roof above you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Hat Trick Bar ended up being our favorite bar because it was the most open, and they also were the heaviest pours, by the way, at the Hat Trick.
That's good to know.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll have to add that one to make sure we have that one on the bar crawl list as far as the bar crawl we got going on.
So they had a version of the Long Island iced tea. It was, I don't remember if it was the Hat Trick iced tea. I can't remember exactly what
High Seas tea by chance.
What's that?
Was it called High Seas tea by chance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they have that on the Mardi Gras too in the casino. They called it.
It has the foam on top of it that like makes your lips kind of numb.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like the Cuban iced tea when it had a little of the dark. I don't know if they put Coke at the very top of it or something.
Yeah, but they doubled down on like this was heavy bourbon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Really good drink though. I drank a lot of those. One thing that disappointed me a little bit about this ship was the Alchemy Red Frog pub area. So they're kind of connected with each other. There's a dance floor that's right there with the Lanai and the Plaza Cafe area. It's kind of tight. So the Red Frog pub was good. I mean, we enjoyed the drinks from there, but it wasn't as open. And, you know, they didn't have all the games and stuff like you would normally see in a Red Frog pub. They're there, but it's like you'll see when you get there, there's just this little narrow hallway, and that's pretty much the Red Frog pub. And then the karaoke is done right behind the Alchemy bar, which their Alchemy bar was fantastic. But that area just gets clogged up, especially when they start doing karaoke. And one problem with the karaoke, and I love karaoke, and I was disappointed because I only got to sing once. Actually, I didn't get to sing any. Gunnar Wayne sung once. Yeah, so the problem with it being open like that is everybody that comes by decides that they want to sing, and, you know, half of them are serious and half of them aren't. And, you know, I like on the other ships where they had like the open time and then they had, so it's not that
serious. Do you mean like try to do well, or just they actually have a voice that's worthy of singing karaoke? Because I'm not sure which one I would qualify for. I might be serious about it. I just might not be good. That might be the thing.
I mean, you know, you just don't. Everybody's doing it for fun. Ain't nobody up there getting paid. I got it. But, you know, some people get up there and it's just a big joke, and that's what, you know, that's the kind of stuff you hate to see when people are trying to have a good time. Go ahead.
We got Tim jumped in here real quick with the hot dogs fun, and I forgot to explain that at the beginning. So thank you, Tim, for chiming in. And Tim, actually, if you want to throw some comments on the Magic, Cheryl, I saw on Facebook, commented that she loved the Magic. So I'm guessing she took you with her on that cruise as well. But so yeah, we started the hot dogs last week, so I wouldn't have to do too many shots. So I was making Sadie do the hot dogs instead of me doing the shots, and I figured out a compromise. So what I'm going to do, if somebody really wants to see me do a shot, I do have some bourbon with me. So for every $10, okay, Sadie gets a hot dog. And she really wants this hot dog, she's been tearing my arm up. If somebody wants to tip 20 or do a super chat of 20, then we will do a hot dog and a shot. So the other thing that I'm happy to report, and let me grab one real quick, because Tim, and I'm glad Tim, because Tim has given a lot of super chats. So I'm going to start giving away stuff. All right. Now, for every $100 total that people give, I'm going to have a drawing, and you'll get a shirt. So, for example, Tim was the first one. He just gave a $10 super chat, so he gets assigned numbers 1 through 10. All right. If somebody does a super chat of, say, $1 right now, they would get assigned number 11. Okay. If somebody then followed with a $5 super chat, they would get numbers 12 through 17 or, whatever the case may be until we get to 100. Once we reach 100, if we do that in one show, then I'll do a drawing. And then whatever number Siri picks on the phone, and I'll show it to everybody, then whoever has that corresponding number will win the shirt. And I'll do it for every $100 increment. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't gotten a total of $100 in super chats many shows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry it over. So let's say we get $40 or $50 worth of super chats. Come back next week, and your numbers are still going to be in there until we reach 100. So it might take 2 shows to get up to $100 worth of super chats. But when we do, then I'll do a drawing, and maybe you'll be the winner. So Tim, you are the first entrant, and you have numbers 1 through 10 for the t-shirt drawing. I know it took a long time to explain all that, but before we get back to Josh here, let me just go through and see who I missed in chat. Let me figure out. Okay, there we go. All right, because I know we had a number of people check in. Leonard Family Fun, what is going on? Thanks for coming. Cruising is fun anytime. And they just subscribed to TNT's House of Music. So that's cool. Yeah, Tim said, you bet she did, in reference to letting him come along on the Carnival Magic. Bruce was saying hi to CME. Funnelhead's Dream Class is one of our favorites. We love the Breeze specifically. Yep, that is a good class for sure. Leonard Family Fun is here. She's watching that hot dog with extreme focus. J&S Adventures is here. Will G, Magic seems similar to the Dream. Then we got Bruce. Oh, hello at Brad H. Cruising. So yeah, I think we're almost caught up. We got Tanisha. Is Tanisha here? I didn't see her name. Tony G, what's going on? Traveler Bust, how are you doing? And then I just saw another super chat. Look at that. There's Ashley. There's Kevin B. What's going on, Kevin? I haven't seen you in a while. Ashley, hello. And then here's Angie. We got the Merry Mixer. And then Jim B's Jaunts has jumped in with the double. So he gets numbers 11 through 30. I'm going to write that down right there. Sadie gets another hot dog, which she is very happy to take. And I get the shot because this is the $20. So see, this is working out pretty well here. This way I don't have to do like 8 shots in a show. That doesn't turn out so well every time. This is good, And this one I've been waiting to open Elijah Craig. I've heard good things about Elijah Craig.
That's good stuff there.
All right. And this is the rye. Straight rye, 94 proof.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead and get a couple more shots.
Yeah.
Lido Tito off the top rope. So, hey, Curtin Marshall, this is my shot tonight.
Oh, there you go. Chick-fil-A is good stuff. All right, we got oh my God, Lido. Man, he just jumped in there. I didn't even see that one. You are thank you, sir. Somebody wants a hot dog, Coach. Hope it's great. Man, we are definitely going to get to that 100 tonight, I think, after that one. So let's see. We got a 50 there. So you're going to get numbers 31 through 80. You got numbers 31 through 80, Lido Tito. And man, you know what? I'm going to give Sadie 3 hot dogs.
He's happy about that.
Yeah. I'm going to give her 3 hot dogs, and I'll do one shot now, and I'll save one for just a little bit later. So we don't. But Lido, what is going on, man? Thank you, sir. And Lido, Tito, and we are going to be cruising together on New Year's Eve. We got our 20s gear. Since we're still in the 2020s, you can dress up in the 1920s attire. So everybody in our group is going to be wearing 1920s stuff. So that's really cool. So here's the first of two I got for you here, Lito. All right, and I think we're catching up. Let's see. Yeah, that one. So we got Kevin, Ocean to Ocean. Will says, I meant to breathe. Oh, yeah. CME says, where's Josh's shot? That's what you were referencing there.
Yeah. I wish I had some Elijah Craig, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Elijah
It is
Craig,
good.
He's the father of bourbon, man. So that's where the name comes from.
I was having some Weller with my friend the other night.
Yeah, that's good stuff too.
And Jim B. John says, I'll be wearing my Coach Cruz shirt next week on the Allure. Oh, very cool. Very cool. We got that's good. We need to expand to some other brands. I need to expand to some other brands as well. I know I'm pretty much just Carnival, but it's because they give me some good deal. And Brad 8 says he loves the 1920s idea. Yeah.
So you guys like going in zoot suits? Is that the thing? You zoot suiting up?
Well, I mean, the thing is like guys' fashion doesn't ever really change much, does it? I mean, it's just a different version of a suit throughout the years. It might be a little more jazzy or whatever else like that. But, I mean, it's some vest or, I mean, you might have a different hat or sometimes it's bow tie, but it's the women that the 1920s attire for women, I think is like really hot in my opinion. I mean, they have, with all the bling and stuff that they wear on their head, hats and everything. I really dig that period, for women's fashion and everything. So I'm looking forward to the ladies dressed up in their 20s attire more than the guys. But yeah, I have like a vest and, it's an older looking suit or whatever, but it's basically, it's easy for guys, right? So, okay. Yeah, and we got Girls 69. we're getting bigger, I guess. We got the bad
I mean, porn in the chat is normally an indication that you're doing something right.
I guess so. When we're getting the spam or whatever. All right. So back to Josh. I know we had a long break there, but we were talking. I know the last conversation we had. Oh, I still owe Sadie some hot dogs. She's reminding me. Sorry about that. And thanks again, Lito. But we were talking about the karaoke and then, the alchemy running into the Red Frog and that it wasn't ideal necessarily. So is it just too noisy or too crowded or?
Yeah, it's kind of a choke point. And you'll see when you get there. I mean, and they do a lot of the trivia and stuff there too, which that normally works out okay. But there's just a lot of stuff going on right there in a tight spot. And there's also some stairs that lead down to a lower casino that's smokeless. So the smoking casino is downstairs. If you go on cruise deck plans, you can kind of see what I'm talking about, but everything just kind of splits around where the Alchemy Bar and the Red Frog Pub Bar is at. So you've got people moving, trying to get to the after the ship. Then you've got a stage over here where there might be karaoke or a band playing or whatever. The Alchemy Bar, which is always crowded, and the Red Frog is right there too. So it's just everybody's kind of on top of each other there. And oh, by the way, the included Guys, Pig, and Anchor is on the starboard side, which is right there also. So it gets really crowded just in that one little area there. And that's what I attribute it to. It didn't, I mean, it's not, it sounds like I'm saying bad things about the ship. I'm not. I mean, we spent a lot of time there. I have high hopes for karaoke every time I go on there, and I didn't get to karaoke the way I wanted to on this ship. That's all. The rest of
what's your top 3 karaoke songs?
So I normally get up there and I do "Ain't No Sunshine" by Bill Withers. Yeah, and then I'll hit oh, dadgummit. I can't even think now. I'll hit Tennessee Whiskey sometimes. Okay. I'll hit that too. And Whoa, my love, my darling. Why can't I think of that? The Righteous Brothers.
Oh, all
I'll
right.
sing that song as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Those are
Yeah.
my go-tos. But
Well,
I'll save
I
you guys here.
I haven't gone with too many people that are really into karaoke, but I will be going on the New Year's Eve. We have a couple friends, and like this friend of ours that we met through cruising, Mark and Laura. But Laura is one of these people that has sung solos in the choir and things like that. I mean, she's got a voice, like she's got tapes and stuff, not like an artist like CDs kind of thing, but she was on the brink of all that stuff. So she can really sing. And I've seen recordings of her singing karaoke, and man, she like hit it out of the park. So I'm sure we'll be able to talk her into doing a little karaoke, and I want to check that out. But I do want to point out here we got another super chat, and I got to write this down because we're almost up to 100, and then this will be so. Beachton, Texas, you have numbers 81 through 90. And for those people just coming on in Beachton, Texas, okay, we just went over 100. All right. We got 91 through 110. All right. And that is Tim G again. And that is a dog and a shot. Beachton, Texas. I hope you saw. I just give Sadie her hot dog here. So we're gonna do this drawing right now and see who won the shirt, and then we're gonna start it again. And I tell you what, if we could give away 2 shirts today, this would be awesome. So we'll clear the thing here. So I'm gonna ask my phone. I'm gonna say, "Hey Siri," we went actually over because Tim ended up. So we're gonna do a random number 1 through 110. So Tim is numbers 1 through 10. Jim B's Johns is number 11 through 30. Lido Tito is numbers 31 through 80. Beachton, Texas is 81 through 90. And Tim G is 91 through 110 also. So here we go. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 110. Okay, I don't know if everybody can see there, but the random number, I'm going to hold it, is 11, which means Jim B. Johns, you have won another T-shirt, my friend. I know you just mentioned you were going to wear it on Allure of the Seas, but now you get a different color. So, so congratulations. And actually, Tim, since you went over, we'll keep you at the same 10. So we're starting a new drawing. So Tim is numbers 1 through 10 again. And yeah, we got a new round. So Jim B. Johns, message me your address and everything, and I will send you out that shirt, what size you want. Right now I have sapphire blue, lime, and yellow. Those are the 3 colors that I have. And if you wanted a medium for some reason, I have black. And if you wanted a small, I have a couple pinks left as well. So let me say hi to the new people that came in, because I did see we had some new people. We got Sandra, and she's been on here the last couple weeks for sure. For those of you that are new to the channel, Sandra is the Coach Cruise TikTok CEO. Anything you see on Coach Cruise TikTok, that is Sandra's handiwork. I mean, it might be me in the videos, but she's the one that did the creativity and put the videos together for the TikTok stuff. So yeah, Sandra's awesome. For those of you that don't know who she is, we got Lido Tito here down in the state of Louisiana, keeping it strong. He had a rough day watching the Saints last night live at the stadium. But thanks again for being here, Lido. Lido says Michelle can really sing when she wants to. If there's someone else doing, she will be. All right. Well, we got a couple people we'll go to karaoke with then. We'll see Michelle sing some. Brad says I try karaoke, but usually sound like a wounded yak. See, there's the comedy. I mean, it never fails. Brad always gets a chuckle out of me at some point. Sandra, what drawing? I hope I explained it well enough now. I think you already had that comment up there, so maybe you got it. Okay, CME was saying hi to Lido. Tony says, congratulations, Jim B. Yes, congratulations for sure. And Sadie keeps scratching my arm saying, yeah, let's get more super chats. JNS Adventures is here. Sandra says, congrats as well. See me traveling says hello to James. We got, okay. Da-da-da. Tim says, congratulations. Boy, y'all are getting a lot of comments in here. I'm like falling behind. Okay, so Lito Tito says rough wasn't the word on the Saints. Yeah, well-deserved CEO Sandra. And we got private dating chat girls. Hello, private dated chat girls. You're about to get blocked. Apologize for this, but yeah, nobody wants to see the private dating chat girls on a cruise line. But okay, so now we blocked them, and that's two things.
You're doing something good, man. Doing something good.
I guess so. All right, so I lost my train of thought. I've done a couple shots now, so
no, you're good.
I know we were talking.
I saw a couple people in the chat asking about Chastity, so I told Coach this before we got on, but I'm in New Jersey on travel, so I'm in the land of how we cruise, and the land of pork rolls and disco fries. So Chastity is not
good stuff. You got the good dinner tonight with the Chick-fil-A, though, right?
Yeah, chicken sandwich. It's hard to beat.
Yeah. Now it's and a lot of people are comparing Chick-fil-A, like they were saying it was, they were comparing that along with Shaq's chicken and which one they like better. So I'll be interested to see when you go on the Mardi Gras or one of the ships that has big chicken, what you feel like it's comparable to.
It may be the Jubilee. I don't know. Chastity and I were talking about that. I don't know. We'd like to hit the celebration, maybe the family reunion group cruise. They're trying to pull us into that. I think that's around the same time as my birthday, and then but Chastity and I were looking at the Jubilee's inaugural. We may jump on there, but for me, and this is blasphemous being from the South, I've found my favorite chicken sandwich is the one that Wendy's has, that honey sweet one.
Oh,
the hot honey one or whatever it's called. That thing's good.
I don't know if I've tried that one, but I've had their spicy one, and that's been really good. When the Popeye chicken sandwich was really popular, when people were really on that, when they first came out, they're really good. I've had a couple since. They weren't what I remember them to be. But
Chick-fil-A is the only one that's consistent with it. Theirs have been good since the beginning, and they stay good.
Well, Lito, here is the other shot here that I owed you. So.
Who did? That's not a hot dog.
I'll tell you what, she's scoring today.
Yeah.
People have been taking care of Sadie. And that the funny thing is, it's hilarious. Anita was in here earlier. This is like the first day she's had in the last couple of months. But she, the thing is now, like I'll put this chair here and, I get the hot dogs and stuff ready and I set them on my little desk here. And then I'm going out in the kitchen or somewhere and I'm doing something, getting ready, grabbing a couple things, getting a drink, whatever. And she will already be in here in the chair, sitting, waiting, like, come on, it's showtime. Time for me to get some super chats and some free hot dogs. So
I don't know where your area is at, but we have a little like office on the side. It's off of our living room, and it kind of looks like you have a similar sort of space. But our animals, they love it in there. If I'm in there editing or whatever, they're all piled in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But they never go in there unless I'm in there or Chastity's in there.
Yeah, whenever I'm in here, she's like laying on the floor. This room is incredibly small. Like I can almost touch each wall. That's it. I mean, obviously the camera doesn't quite show it, but I'm always manipulating the camera so it doesn't show too much of the sidewall or whatever. Like it just keeps the coach cruise and the little picture in there. And that's about it. Like you can still see this little cabinet over here in the corner of it.
Yeah. Well, I understand. I had
Yeah.
Greg from SCT. He was helping me with some technology stuff the other night, and he's like, "Yeah, y'all's background looks really great." So I spun the camera around. I was like, "But you hadn't seen all this because it's all this cables and." But I'm taking the computer with me so often. I gave up on trying to make it tidy. There's cables run everywhere.
Yeah. No, that's the truth too.
Yeah,
Z says, I think Sadie should have her own YouTube channel. Well,
I agree.
you know what? This is the first time she's ever contributed in her life to this family.
She's got to earn her keep.
You're finally earning some keep here, Sadie. Getting some
She needs a
super
shorts channel. You can just all your shorts will be dedicated to Sadie.
Yeah. We've been calling her worthless her whole life, and then now she's actually contributing a little bit. So see, this Coach Cruz thing turned out okay. Hey, I did have a little fun thing I thought of today. I see we got currently online about 20 people. If you haven't already hit the like button, if you could think to do that. But here is a 3-word phrase because I have my cruise next week. And then one of my favorite things, and I'm sure it's everybody here because we're all cruise junkies, right? We all love to cruise. But one of my favorite things to say is it's cruise day, right? I mean, when it's cruise day, it doesn't get much better than that. So here's the challenge I have for you. And then think about this one for a while. You don't have to instantly throw something down on there. But what is a better 3-word phrase than it's cruise day? Think of a better 3-word phrase than it's cruise day. I'm interested to see the responses to this because it's cruise day is a pretty good 3-word phrase. I mean, you got to admit that's got to be in the top 10. So let's hear some better than it's cruise day 3-word phrases and go.
Not many.
Yeah. Take a minute to think about that. I will give you the one that I thought of. Okay, Tony G, there we go. Taco Cruise Day. We got drinks for free. I thought of one. You won Powerball. If somebody says you won Powerball, that is a better than a 3. It's cruise day. So especially with the Powerball right now. Z says I'm on vacation. Okay, well, and it could be it's cruise day. It's shot 30. Tito says it's shot 30. Okay. Yeah, we got to cut. I like those first two, especially starting out Taco Cruise, Jay. Sail on, baby. James. Cruise is fun anytime. No cooking tonight. It's beer 30, Will G says.
How about James? Now debt free?
Oh, there you go. Wow, that would yeah. That's a real.
Now you can have a lot more cruise days.
Okay, walking down the breezeway, shots in 5. That's the Merry Mixer, Angie Brooks. Oh yeah, JNS. We're right there with you. This is the group to come to, JNS. And I'm Brad D. I'm a cruise junkie also. So welcome to the club. Yeah, so Angie says shots in 5. Brad H. Drink, hurl, repeat. I don't know if that's better than it's cruise day because I don't like the hurl part of that. I like the fun leading up to what causes that, but that part exactly. I don't know. The party begins. Okay, that's a good one. We upgraded Mr. England. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, I'm liking some of these here. So yeah, we for those of you that might have been just joining us, we've been talking a lot about the Carnival magic. Earlier today, we were on with several people. I know we had Funnelhead, Z popped in for a while here. We had CME Travel. I'm forgetting somebody. I mean, Josh was on there for a while. There's somebody I forgot. Who did I forget?
You said Bruce.
Oh, Bruce. Yeah, Bruce from Ocean Travel. I was like, yeah, how could I forget Bruce? So yeah, Bruce was on there from Ocean Travel, and his show actually is starting in about 26 minutes. His show is he's doing his shows right after mine. He's on the West Coast. I'm sorry, in the Seattle area. Tim asked me why we are sailing out. We are you. Oh, where are you sailing out on the Magic? The Magic is going out of Port Canaveral, Tim. That's where it's going. Lito Tito says, I'm Mike. I'm a cruise junkie. I've been cruise free for too long.
Yeah.
He Mike needs to feed the addiction. I hear you. I need
Well
to feed
beyond the 30-day token, man. I need some more.
Yeah, yeah. I will be feeding my addiction in about 10 days. So, and I know Lito has been, I think Lito on Island Times chats a lot of times. And yeah, I know he's been fiending. He's been counting down a New Year's Eve cruise. You can make it, Lito. You can make it. Hang in there, buddy.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
We're
What's
like,
that?
we sail in January the next time, and it's like so far away.
Yeah. That is how it seems, right? Like when you have a cruise right around the corner, but then there's not one for a long period of time. It's just, yeah, like if you are an avid cruiser,
what am I doing with my life?
Yeah. It's tough. It's a tough
loser.
Well, we got JNS getting their fix in 17 days. Where are you going, JNS? What ship are you on? I'm curious. Oh, Tim, you got the Hurricane. Is that? I mean, that Tim, that's not a bad. Which one is that? I can't even keep track of it. It's Nicole or Nick or something like that.
Yeah, it's something with an N. I think it was Nicole. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the guys in Celebration are getting beat up a little bit. I don't know if it's from Nicole or whatever it's called, or just because they're wintertime across that part of the Atlantic.
Right. Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, we were talking with a couple from the Celebration. They're not together, but they're on the same cruise, obviously. But exploring with Eric and Leah Overman, and those are the names of their YouTube sites if you want to check them out. I know Eric is posting some stuff on the Celebration already, but anyway, they had 100-mile-an-hour winds on the Celebration and some very rough, rocky seas that they were going through. But the one thing that was very encouraging to me is, you would think that if you got 100-mile-an-hour winds and 40-foot waves and things like that the ship would be tossing and turning. And they said for the most part, it was just like, any cruise you'd be on with a little swaying here and there, that type of thing. So the Carnival Celebration is a tank, and it's holding up just fine in really, really bad weather, really bad high winds, high waves, everything. So if you do book the Celebration, and I know there's people that are hesitant about even getting on a cruise, which I think is just crazy, but there are people out there that are leery of on a cruise because they see the Titanic or something like that. And I just think it's odd in today's technology and stuff. But you could convince somebody like that possibly, after hearing 100-mile-an-hour winds and 40-foot waves, but like, look, 100-mile-an-hour, 40-foot waves, and people aren't even complaining. It was that smooth. So that might be interesting for those people. Catch up with the chat a little bit here. Oh, okay. So Tim, so what category is it going to be, Tim? I know they go
category 1. So we were on, you're talking about the Celebration. The size and shape of that ship is very similar to the Oasis class of Royal Caribbean, and we were on Symphony during Ian. We skirted some of Ian, and it was rough. We were sitting up on the highest deck, and we could see out over the ocean, and we went through a heck of a storm. But on those size ships, you get a little bit of a rock, but that's about it. But so one thing for you guys that are going on the Magic, though, we sailed through, I can't remember what tropical storm it was because we were out there in June. We sailed through some pretty rough seas. And, it wasn't bad. I mean, a little bit of rocking. Uh, there were some people that were complaining of seasickness, but nothing more than you normally see on a ship. It's big enough; it can handle itself. So I wouldn't be too concerned with a Category 1.
Well, that's
Uh,
good.
yeah, or the
Well,
after effects of it. By the
all the same, be careful, Tim. And for
yeah,
those of you, and well, unless you watch the Coach Cruise live every week, and even if you do, you might have forgotten this, but Tim has accomplished what all of us hope to accomplish one day. Tim and Cheryl live on Easy Street. That's a fact. They actually live on Easy Street. That's the name of their street. So Tim has accomplished in life what we're all trying to do, and that is to make it to Easy Street and live on Easy Street. He's done it. So Tim, if he can make it to Easy Street, I'm sure he can make it through a Category 1 hurricane. So I think you'll be all right, Tim. But be safe all the same. Be safe,
yeah.
be careful, all that good stuff. So where are we at here? Okay. Oh yeah. So celebration, and we haven't really touched on this at all, but I know Josh was on with us earlier this morning, and we were talking to. Is anybody else? I think Will. I know Will. You just mentioned you were on the Jubilee. Who else here is booked on the celebration at some point in the next foreseeable future? I was only booked on the New Year's Eve cruise next year, but then I got a couple casino offers, and all of a sudden now I am booked in June twice. So, I mean, the casino offers were just too good to pass up. Is there anybody else here booked on the celebration by chance? I'm curious. I mean, Tim, I know you live in Florida, so you're just a stone's throw from Miami. And I think a couple of you on here are the Florida area. I'm not seeing anybody in the comments, not yet. I know there's about a 10-second delay, but
I think Jeremy and Cheryl are.
okay.
Yeah.
Sandra says not yet, but I will be. Well, Sandra, you know when I'm going, so we'll be there. You can jump on another Coach Cruise call. That's how Sandra, that's how Sandra, by the way, in case anybody just came on, is our TikTok person. So I make sure to credit, because I used to be an English teacher, so I make sure to credit my sources. So Sandra gets the credit for all of the TikTok videos except for 2. I did 2 of them, but everything else was Sandra. So if you go on Coach Cruise TikTok, all that handiwork is Sandra's. The video content might be mine, but she's the one that puts it all together and makes it fun.
Hats off. I don't know about you, but vertical video is much more challenging to me, and trying to keep everything in that time frame.
Oh, absolutely.
Challenge.
No, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
No, that's yeah, I would be absolutely lost. Like if she said, "Yeah, hey, I can't do this anymore," then the Coach Cruise TikTok would be where it was before she came along, which is nowhere. It would just be sitting there like a log in the forest, probably. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, and I'm not just saying this to get people to go watch it or whatever, but I've genuinely, that the best part about the Coach Cruise TikTok for me, aside from the fact that I'm not really doing anything, but I look at it like, like somebody watching. Well, I'm watching it for the first time, just like everybody else. So I'm getting to enjoy the content. And, she puts some really good music, and she ties the video to the music just right and everything. So it's a lot of fun watching that. You do understand you're getting free hot dogs here, so quit scratching me up here. If I don't keep giving her little bites of hot dogs, I'm telling you, by the end of the show, I have scratches on my arm that you guys would not believe. She is, I got to clip her nails. Will says, what are your dates for the celebration? Will, I am going June 11th and June 25th. June 11th, I can tell you, is a 6-day cruise, and June 25th is a 7-day, I believe. St. Martin and St. Thomas are on the itineraries of most of the Carnival celebrations cruises. Either one, it's like one or the other. St. Martin and St. Thomas just happen to be 2 of my favorite cruise ports. I mean, I've always been a fan of Cozumel, but St. Martin and St. Thomas, and I don't get to go to St. Thomas very often, so I'm really looking forward to St. Thomas. I think it's Megan's Bay in St. Thomas, but it's just like a horseshoe shaped bay. It's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So those are the 2 dates. I don't know how many casino players we have out here, but Carnival was doing a promotion, and I'm not trying to make anybody jealous here, but this is the reason I'm booked on the celebration. They had some casino offer where it was like, it's based on double occupancy, so it's $100 per person. So it was like basically $200, and then you have to pay your port fees and taxes or whatever. So it ends up being like $500 for a week cruise on the celebration. Like, how do you turn that down? So of course I booked 2 offers. I took the max on that, and I mean, $1,000 for 2 weeks on the celebration. Yes, please. I'll take that deal. So that's why I'm on the celebration, but I'm looking forward to that. Lee Mason, for those of you that haven't got the opportunity to cruise with him, he's the cruise director on the Carnival celebration. I know he's going on vacation in February, but I'm guessing he'll be back by June. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. He is the best. For those of you that don't know, fun fact, Lee won the Cruise Director of the Year. And that was it's a pretty big honor, I would think, among cruise directors. I forget the publication or the agency or whatever that awards that, but whoever that is, that he won it. And for those of us that have seen him in action, he's a real deal. He like really legit earned that. So congratulations to him on that. All right. Let's see. Ziso says, good evening, Tim. Will, 6 days is going to Cozumel, correct? I don't think so, Will. I think they're doing more of a southern itinerary. I'll have to check. I don't want to say it could be, but I'm not sure. I'll have to double check on that. I was just happy to book the celebration, but and that's the first weekend I'm done with work. So I'll have work. My last day will be Friday, and it's either Saturday or Sunday. I'll be getting on that cruise. So we are starting summer break with a bang. We're just getting out there. All right. So Josh, any final? Well, Josh, tell us about your station first of all, because I know you're not just cruise. You kind of are across the travel sector and different things.
Yeah. So one thing. So I don't want to shortchange you on the magic. You're talking about cruise director. I don't know who. Hopefully, it's still Ryan Rose. Ryan was awesome. He was our cruise director.
Right now, it's Joey, the boyfriend of Kindle Fire. I don't know if they're still together, but he used to be the boyfriend of Kindle Fire.
Okay. Ryan was great. If you ever get a chance to be on a ship with him.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, we're the Moonlight Adventures, and we do, primarily we're a cruise channel, but we do a lot of things. We do land-based stuff. I'm getting ready to put out a series of vlogs not a series. It's just going to be one vlog where I did a trip via Amtrak from Norfolk, Virginia, all the way up here to New Jersey. That was a few weeks ago that I did that. I did a land-based in Alaska. I was there in Fairbanks for a little while. We've also done a few things with our town that we're from, Smithfield, Virginia. It's a tourist spot. So we went through and we recorded downtown Smithfield, Virginia. We hit a couple of roadside kind of diner things that we've done taste tests on. We have the wonderful Gunnar Wayne and Peggy Sue. They're a couple of characters that are part of the Moonlight universe. And we also have John Bourbon, who reports cruise creator news almost every week.
Yeah.
A couple weeks off, but yeah.
No, I do. Your thumbnails are awesome. I see
that's Chastity. So Chastity is the thumbnail CEO. So
okay.
I was doing my own thumbnails for a while, and I think she was trying to be nice to me. She's like, "Hey, do you want me to do thumbnails?" And I'm like, "I can keep doing them." She's like, "No, I can do your thumbnails for you." And she completely changed the way we did thumbnails, and we got a lot more views. So hey,
I believe it, because those, I mean, those look like like a movie character or something. A couple of those thumbnails reminded me of what is the show? The one with Will Ferrell where he's the news anchor or whatever.
Anchorman.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why. It just had that corny kind of
Well, I mean,
feel.
John Bourbon.
Yeah.
It just turned out, and when he leaves the studio smells like rich mahogany and leather-bound books for some reason. So sometimes I smell some Sex Panther in there every once in a while.
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
we just our last ship we got off of was the Symphony of the Seas. We've put out 4 vlogs so far. We're working on the 5th to get it put out. Still have a ton of content to go through on that ship, but it was amazing. And we have I think 4 or 5 vlogs on the Carnival Magic. We absolutely love this ship. We'd definitely sail on her again. Plenty of spa areas, plenty of pools, a nice Serenity deck with a bar on it, and then you can walk. There's no pool on the Serenity deck on this ship, but you can walk directly aft off of the Serenity deck down into the aft pool area, which that was the best place for grown folks to go to the pool, by the way, was the aft pool. Great bar there, good music. The Lido just, there were more kids there, but it was June, so you probably won't have the kids issue at the time of year you're going. But
yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but yeah, no, that's normally my place to go is the aft pool, unless I'm on a Vista class ship and I happen to be in the Havana, then it's a no-brainer. You're just going to be in the Havana. But yeah, the aft pool for sure. The Lido deck is just a little too much going on. I mean, I do enjoy the Lido deck main pool, especially if there's like some contest or something going on. Those are fun to always kind of watch and get a chuckle out of or whatever.
The main pool was nice. It had the round gazebo type areas where you could sit and let your feet get wet and have a drink and stuff. It just for that time of year being June, there was a lot of kids are fine. I don't want to sound like I'm a kid hater. It just if you want to go somewhere where you're not getting splashed while you're having your drink, then the aft pool is the way to go. But yeah, I mean, this is actually probably the perfect size ship. You can get everything done in a 6 or 7 day cruise, and we enjoyed everything on it. Cucina del Capitano for lunch is included in the ship, and it was fantastic.
Really? Oh yeah. And then, so do they have a GG's too then?
No, I don't.
Oh, they don't have a GG's, but they got a Cucina, but not a GG's. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they have the sushi, but they didn't have a GG's, but they do have the Mongolian wok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Mongolian wok is good, and I know that's Lido Tito. I see you just commented, but I'm pretty sure that's one of Lido Tito's favorite is the Mongolian wok, and mine too. Honestly, you can't go wrong with. It seems a little healthier, and it's not so heavy on your stomach when you go to the Mongolian wok. But get some veggies in there and some meat and stuff like that. So noodles, whatever.
Pile it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm glad. Speaking of food, because I've had a lot of comments on this lately, and apparently, and I mean, the cost cutting and everything on the cruise ships is going on, and we've gotten some confirmation on this. I know iCare I saw was on here a little bit earlier. And they just recently came off the Mardi Gras and was saying the portion sizes on the ships were getting a lot smaller. And then we were just exploring with Eric this morning, and he had also mentioned that the portion sizes were pretty small, not I guess what we're used to. And then a lot of people, well, I don't want to say a lot of people, but there's been a good amount of people that have complained about not being able to get a third entree. Honestly, I'm a pretty big guy. I mean, I weigh 280 pounds. I can't, with the exception of lobster night, and I don't order like what I'll do. Okay, so we'll just talk a lobster night. You get the free lobster tails. Anybody that's been on a Carnival cruise, you know what I'm talking about. So what I'll normally do is they have prime rib and lobster, and I'll say, "Give me that," and then give me an extra lobster tail. I don't want all the extra stuff. I don't keep the broccoli and the rice and whatever else, you know. Just throw the tail on there. That's all I want. So I end up with 2 lobster tails and some prime rib. And the lobster tails really aren't all that big. They're smaller lobster tails. So, but that would qualify as 3 entrees. But that's about the only time. And like I say, I'm 6'5", 280-pound former college football player. I mean, I don't know why so many people are so upset about this third entree thing.
I would be more disappointed if they took away the option to get 3 appetizers, because I do that quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I've done that too. And then here's what I'll do a lot of times. This is a trick that some of you might employ in the future. If I'm not too crazy about the appetizers, I will ask them. I'll say, "Hey, let me give you a couple entrees, for example. Let's say they have chicken parmesan, and then another app is lamb shank or something like that. I'll say, hey, give me for an appetizer the chicken parmesan, and then bring out lamb shank as my entree. So when they're bringing out everybody else's appetizers, I'm getting like a full-on entree, and I'm eating that instead of getting 2 or 3 appetizers. I'm just eating that first entree, and then I'll get the lamb shank or whatever afterwards. And I've done that. And, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen these portion sizes and exactly how small they are, but I'm interested. I'm interested for the Carnival Magic. That's one of the things I'm going to be paying attention to, but I guess I will be ordering 2 entrees every day just to be safe, at least until I see these portion sizes. So Lito Tito is referencing, he's going on the Luminosa to Alaska. So I know he's pumped about that. Brad says, okay, Brad's going to try to go next September. Tim is going June 21st, and I felt bad about that. Lito, you were asking me earlier when I'm doing Alaska. I originally had June 21st booked, and then Tim was booked on that, and then I had to message Tim separately, and I'm like, Tim, I hate to say this, but, the casino offered me a great deal, and it was one of those deals like I referenced earlier where it was only like $500. I mean, I had an interior on the Luminosa, and it was an Ultra, which was nice, but I mean, I think I was paying close to $2,000 out the door for everything for an interior. And then I got these casino offers, and I went from an interior to an ocean view, and I'm paying like half the price for 2 weeks with an ocean view on the Luminosa than I was for 1 week on the June 21st Luminosa. So it's like a no-brainer. Like, you had to do that. So, but I felt bad because I knew Tim was on that June 21st. Now I'm on the July 6th through the 20th, I think, on the Luminosa. But I'm looking forward to Alaska because I haven't seen Alaska in almost 20 years. So super pumped about that. And Tim saying I should do the same, Lito, and referencing I'll be auctioning off a lobster tail. So for that second entree, Lito's not going to, do a second entree. I've already, because Lito and I were doing the New Year's Eve cruise together, I already have a $3 bid on his unwanted lobster tail. So he knows that. So, but that's really about it. Has anybody got any questions or anything? Last couple minutes here before we jump ship. Josh, is there anything you wanted to say? Or
so the piano bar on this ship is awesome, by the way. Yeah, so check out the piano bar. And again, keep in mind too that below the Hat Trick Casino, there's a smoke-free casino down there, and that bar it's the same. It's a Hat Trick bar. It's just a deck below, and there's never a line there.
What do you play in the casino at all, Josh?
If we do, we usually do slots. We're not real big casino players. We actually, until this cruise, until we went on the Magic, we never went in a casino. We always played bingo, and we're like, well, dang, look at the money we're spending on bingo. We could go put that into the casino and actually have a chance of winning something. So we that's normally what we do, 50 or $100 in the casino. I like to play the quarter machines. I know it's whatever reason, I love just dropping the little quarters in and trying to get all the chips. But yeah, not a lot. We probably need to do more so we can get some of those good deals like you guys do.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I don't know who I was talking with, but we were joking about it. Oh, it was Suzanne. She's from Canada, but she messaged me. We were on a cruise together or whatever, and people. What was there's an expression, he who gambles lives in shambles or whatever. And I remember that expression, and I was joking with her, and I'm like, yeah, see what they know, it's like, look, we're getting all these good deals because we're gamblers or whatever. And lately I haven't been getting killed. I've been, that's another good thing about starting this channel. Honestly, I was more of a gambler before the starting the Coach Cruise channel, and I would spend more time in the casino. But because of, meeting people and, doing things like the bar crawl, having things going on, whatever, talking to people in the Alchemy bar, like more of my time is occupied. So that means less time in the casino, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. I don't need to be in there for X number of hours. If I'm there for an hour or two, play some craps, play some blackjack, have some fun, and it's okay. So, and then I still get the good deals. So I mean, I'm more than happy with that. Brad says, thanks as always, Coach. Great show as always. And Brad was on a transatlantic himself, not the Celebration. He was on a Holland America ship. I forget which one. I think the Rotterdam. I think he was on. He was on with Leah Overman, actually. Brad, I don't know if you actually met her, but she's on the Celebration now, and we just did some live coverage with her. Kurt from CME Traveling, he was on with us this morning. Yeah, talk again. Absolutely, Kurt. Good to have you on this morning and on the thing now. And Lito says y'all have a good night. And Jim B. Johns, make sure you message me with your address. I'm going to send you out another shirt. Like I said, I forget what your size is, but I have a lot of sapphire blue, which seems to be the most popular color right now. So if you want that one, for sure, I got your size. And then I probably have your size in everything. I don't think you're a 2X, but I think I have yellow and lime and about every other color. And like I said, I have black and medium and pink and small, along with those other colors that I just mentioned. So Jim, make sure you send. And Tim G, you are numbers 1 through 10 for the drawing next week, because we went over the 100 and you were 10 over. So yeah. So thank you, everybody. Awesome, broadcast again. Those of you that are going to be watching this on the Carnival Magic, I look forward to meeting all of you. Josh, thank you for giving us some insight on the Carnival Magic and what we have to look forward to.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, and we will see you all again next Tuesday, if not earlier. All right, take care, everybody.
See ya.